welcome. So we're going to do, I'm ambitious today. I want to actually get one more thing, my watch, so I can time us, because I want to make sure we have enough time for everything. I want to do 2 meditations. One of them is longer than the other. And so we're going to work as efficiently on our time as we can, and we'll just jump right in. And I'll explain as we go along. So we're going to come sitting into easy pose with a tall, straight spine. And we're going to close our eyes and begin to focus on our breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Chin is slightly in. Elongate the cervical vertebrae in the neck. And just focusing on the breath through the nose, rolling the eyes upward and inward at the third eye point between the eyebrows. Keeping the face relaxed, the jaw relaxed. We're going to take our hands and begin to rub them. We're going to press the palms together, thumbs into the sternum, arms are parallel to the ground. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Inhale to the base of the spine. Exhale. And on this next inhale, we'll tune in with the mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to the divine teacher inside myself. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. We'll chant it 3 times together. Take a deep breath in to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Inhale. Hold and suspend the breath, and as you do so, focusing in on an intention for yourself or your practice today. Exhale. Inhale deeply and solidify your intention. Exhale. And on this next inhale, sending out our prayers out to our planet. Exhale. So we're going to start with just one warm-up today, and then I'll be open to your feedback if you felt, this class was too ambitious with the meditations and everything that we're doing. And because we're going to be sitting for a while, at any point during the meditation, if you get too tired sitting in easy pose, feel free to stretch your legs out at any point. The first warm-up that we're going to do, we're just going to start out today with the breath of fire. We're going to bring our arms up to 60 degrees, curl the fingers into the palms, pull the shoulders back and down, relax the face, eyes are closed and rolled up to the third eye point, and begin a breath of fire. So breath of fire, we're just pulling the navel in towards the spine as you exhale and make an audible sound through the nose. For pregnant women and people, anybody on the cycle, their menstrual cycle, then do long, deep breathing. Keep those shoulders up. We want to keep our elbows straight. Feel that heat and energy at your navel point. Take a deep breath in. Bring the thumb tips overhead. Open the fingers wide. Stretch up. Exhale. Release the arms and relax. And just sit. Breathe normally. Rest. If you want to stretch out your legs for a few moments, please feel free to do so. And I'm going to tell you about the first meditation that we're going to do today. So the name of the meditation is called the Sudarshan Chakra Kriya, and we're going to do it for 11 minutes. So there are a couple of different parts, and the first time I ever was introduced to this meditation, I'm going to be just flat out honest, I didn't really like it that much. I was like, this is not, but now ever since we've been on the, the Safer at Home, I joined a group on Facebook and I actually, the reason I didn't like it wasn't because it didn't work, but because it's just, there's a lot of different components. And I say that in case you discover, you're like, well, it's not my favorite meditation, just to know it's very powerful and beneficial in so many ways. So the mantra that we're going to be chanting silently to ourselves, many of us know it, and I'll put it closer to the Zoom screen for anybody watching later. We don't have any participants on Zoom today, but we're recording it for later reference. So if you want to go back to it on YouTube, you can. Is Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru. And then I'm going to put it at the screen. Wahe Guru. So we'll be saying this to ourselves mentally. And so the meaning, so Wahe would be, we can think of it as I've been taught, it's like, wow, the ecstasy, just like bliss, happiness, joy, but wow, it's an exclamation. And then the Guru is that which brings us from darkness to light, very simply. Wahe Guru. The eye focus is going to be at the tip of the nose. The eyes are open, and you're going to just stare at the tip of the nose, sitting with a tall, straight spine, and through the whole meditation. So do the best you can with that. Sometimes that's a little tricky. The eyes want to kind of travel, but bring them back to the eye focus, and it'll really help with the concentration. Okay, the mudra will be as follows. Our right hand, the thumb is going to be closing off the right nostril. And then the left hand is in Gyan mudra. So the index finger and thumb tip will be touching with the rest of the fingers straight. And you're going to hold it this way through the meditation, and we're going to take a deep breath in, and I'll demonstrate first, and then we'll practice, and then we'll actually do it. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, through the left nostril. Eyes are focused at the tip of the nose, and then you're going to say to yourself, this is the hard part, you're going to say to yourself, Waheguru, 16 times. And each time you say Waheguru, you want to pump the navel. And ideally, the way it's been taught is you actually want to try to pump it where Waheguru. So Waheguru, so it's a lot of energy we're generating at the navel. So this is really good for the third chakra as well, our digestion, our sense of power. It's really, really good. So if you've ever felt like other people have kind of tried to be like, no, you're going into this box and you don't really get to be your full self, that's really going to open that awareness up of your confidence, that you get to be who you are. So, Wahe Guru, and then we'll practice, because these are, I realize this is a lot of components to remember. What's helped me with this meditation to keep track of my 16 Wahegurus is I kind of count on my finger. And you don't have to do this, but what I'll do, I'll take my breath, and then I kind of imagine with my thumb, Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. And then those are all my Wahegurus, the 16. I think that was 16. And then I get to finally exhale, and I'm like, oh, so happy. I take my pinky and I close it off on my left nostril and exhale through my right. And then I start again. Hold the breath. So I'll demonstrate it. So we're going to try 11 minutes. I did this meditation for 40 days for 62 minutes. And I know somebody who did it. She felt she needed for herself to do it 2.5 hours, and she did that for 90 days. So we're only going to do 11 minutes. One of the discoveries that you may or may not have while you do this meditation is that sense, because it's also really kind of opening up the heart chakra, there might be that sense. In Kundalini Yoga, we get to practice this a lot with meditation, with holding our breath. And if you find that you're having any fear come up with, oh my God, I'm holding my breath, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's uncomfortable, but it can kind of bring up the fear of like survival, kind of like, without breath. And then tell yourself as well, breath is coming, breath will be coming. If you get a little panic, then go ahead and stop your Wahegurus and stop before 16. Okay? So let's take a trial run. And then, yes.
So you can tuck your stomach on each syllable?
If you can. Now, most of the time, our navel points may not be, we're not so used to that. So just pump it. Even if it's not at every syllable, just try to pump. And it's going to get a nice workout. Not necessarily the type of workout we do when we do sit-ups, but you're definitely going to activate that area. And it's good to have kind of a powerful navel point, because there's a lot going on. We want to have a healthy digestion. There's a lot of nerves running through there, and it's going to help us in the long run. So here's what we'll do. We're going to take a trial. I want us all to kind of practice for a moment. And then we'll stop, and then I'll ask you where your difficult part was. We'll see if we can quickly fix it, and then we'll go for the 11 minutes. So I want everybody to sit in easy pose with a tall, straight spine, as straight as you can make it. Let's take our left hand in Beyond Mudra, index finger and thumb tip touching, and you're going to rest that on your left knee. We're going to take our right hand with the right thumb and gently block off the right nostril. And we're going to focus at the tip of the nose and just recognize all the things your mind might be telling you, and just say, we're going to do this. Eyes are focused at the tip of the nose. Let's take a deep breath in. Now, before we do it, you're going to count 16 times in your mind. Use your fingers as a guide. So it's 3 rounds with one hand plus 1. because 3 times 5 is 15, and then plus 1, 16. So, all right, here we go. Everybody take a deep breath in through the left nostril and begin to pump and count. When you get to your 16, take your pinky, gently block off the left nostril, exhale through the right, and then begin again. And count. And then close off again, the left nostril when you get there. And let's do one more round as practice. And then remember to block off the left nostril, exhale through the right. Let's relax for a moment. How did it go? Yeah?
Yeah.
A little difficult, right?
A little weird, but yeah.
So
Get a little time off of this behavior.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I want to tell you why we're doing this. This is really good for, I was told in teacher training that this helps for, in the case of individuals, any of us, if we've ever used, had any addictions in our life, it's really, really good for that. If that hasn't really been the case for you, that you're aware of, then this is really, really good for fear. And I really enjoyed this meditation during this COVID era. It's been difficult, but I've noticed that it's made my mind more steady, that I'm, it's like, okay, there's a lot going on, but it's brought more stability to me than if I would not be doing it. All right, so we're gonna, for better or worse, we're gonna go for 11 minutes. At the very end of 11 minutes, we'll shake our hands out for a minute, and then we'll rest, and then we'll do our second meditation. All right, so. Absolutely. Sure, yeah, 100%. So if you're finding at any point easy pose is difficult, feel free to come into a different position. And then just keep your back straight as best as you can, and take breaks if it gets overwhelming for you. This is a really powerful meditation, so don't worry if it's a bit overwhelming, okay? All right, we'll set our timer. Left hand, Dhyan Mudra, right thumb over the right nostril, and here we go. So you're holding your breath and you're pumping your navel. Each time you pump, we're chanting Waheguru to ourselves. Once you're done with 16, counting on the hand, close off the right nostril. I'm sorry, the left nostril. And then start again. This is also really good to release the imprint of any trauma. It may not release all of it, but it helps to release things we're carrying, particularly from relationships. Really excellent for the heart chakra as well. And really good for our lungs, holding our breath. Strengthening our lungs, which is good to help us, release toxins. We want to have strong lungs in this era, in case, heaven forbid, we do get sick, we can handle it. So remember, you're holding your breath and you're pumping your navel. And then you'll exhale. Do your best to get all the different components. Eyes are focused at the tip of the nose. You're doing great. And see each time if you can get a deeper breath when you hold your breath through that left nostril. I notice this really clears out a lot of congestion that sometimes I'm not even aware of. You want to pump the navel with each syllable, Waheguru. If your navel isn't doing that, just know it's enough to get that pumping motion in. Practice, awaken that navel center. We want to release that stuff release old hurt, release fear. Good, fantastic, everyone. And with this meditation, don't be afraid. Well, as together, I'll say collectively, I'm not going to put it out to you. We will not be afraid to let go of emotions, painful emotions, because that's how we heal. And we may not think we need to heal, but it can be such a beautiful thing to release stuff from so long ago. Beautiful. Stay steady. If your mind is wandering, I want you to really focus on the mantra. Go a little slower. If you don't make it to 16, that's okay. You know, you have another round to try. And let all the emotions come up. Don't be surprised if you feel frustrated, calm, happy, whatever it is. And take your time between pausing. If you know a certain round was a lot, after you exhale, you can kind of pause for a moment before you take your next big inhale. Go at your pace. Eyes are focused at the tip of the nose. Practice holding that breath and pumping the navel. It's very stimulating. We're going to try to keep that left hand in Gyan Mudra, if you can. And that's just for concentration. Feel your whole body responding to that powerful navel pumping. You might really feel it in the heart. And if you've been under a lot of stress, you might begin to feel the release or really the activation. Just so much. Keep going. Let's clear it out. This is a really good meditation to kind of open up tight muscles around the lungs, throat. We have almost a minute and a half left. See if you are, count your Wahegurus as you do this, and see if you're up to 16. Remember, it's going to get easier. Everything with practice gets easier. It really does. Last, I want you to close off your left nostril, your right nostril. Take a nice deep breath in, hold the breath without pumping. And gently now use your pinky or index finger and block the left and lift off your thumb off the right and exhale. Good, release the hands and we're gonna take our hands up and shake. Shake the arms vigorously and just let your breath be relaxed. Really shake, 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 strong, vigorous, vigorous. Shake all that energy through the body. A little more. And we'll make sure not to hold our breath. Shake more if you can. Keep shaking. Last 15 seconds. Almost there. And inhale. And just lift up. Exhale and release. Beautiful. That was hard work. We're going to lay down on our mats and rest. And then we'll do another meditation. Beautiful, everyone. And then we're going to do one that'll be like to take the trash out. Hopefully, that's our goal. So relax and rest. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll begin to wiggle. Go ahead and begin to wiggle your fingers and begin to wiggle your toes. Begin to do some small wrist circles and small ankle circles, one direction and then the opposite direction. We're going to rub our hands together and pick our feet off the floor, rub the soles of the feet together. Good. Staying on your mat, bring your arms up above your head and your feet out long on the mat and stretch. But if you have any other stretch you'd like to do, please feel free to do that. Beautiful, everyone. Let's take a couple cat stretches. If that feels right for you, don't feel you have to, but we'll take our right knee to our chest. Keep the left leg straight. Take the bent right knee over to the left side. Look towards your right. And bring your right arm out onto the floor and hold. Slowly come back to center and change sides. We'll bend our left knee into the chest. Keep the right leg straight. Take the bent left knee over to the right side. Look towards your left. Extend the left arm out onto the floor and hold for a few moments. Beautiful. Come back to center and hug both knees into your chest and begin to rock from right to left. And then begin to rock from the base of your spine up to the top along your back, and then come sitting up into easy pose. I'm going to bring our lights back on, and we're going to do a beautiful meditation that Cecilia knows very well. We're going to do Kirtan Kriya. I hope you don't mind. Did you already do it today?
No.
Okay, and you can do it later too. This is a meditation that, it's not one like the 11-minute, it's not mandatory if you want to do it for longer, if you really love it. And something I've been meaning to share to you in particular. But if you have, what can be really nice, I've actually never done this, but if someone is willing to do it with you, so that you feel comfortable with bringing into your space, you can do Kirtan Kriya back to back with someone. And that's quite nice, I understand. So let's get down to work. Our mantra is Sa, Ta, and then Na, Ma, okay? So this is gonna be really good for our memories. It's really good for depression. It's also good for, it's kind of like taking out the trash. And I noticed when I made the video, I made a video for Cecilia, and I can share it with you as well. When I was practicing it, I hadn't done it for a while, and I realized I was like, it felt so good, like just a lot of release. So there's a lot to talk about with this, but just quickly, I'll put it onto the screen as well. Sa is the beginning, the cosmos, infinity. Ta is life, existence. Na is death, change, transformation. And Ma is rebirth. And that's just helping us remember everything in our lives is a cycle, So we're going to be chanting we're going to be chanting for 5 minutes out loud, 5 minutes whisper, 10 minutes silently to ourselves, 5 minutes whisper, and the music will help remind us, 5 minutes out loud. And what we want to do, we're going to say it, with our mouths. We want to imagine the sound going in the top of the head and out the third eye in this L shape. We might discover that the sound doesn't want to travel that way, and so keep practicing, making that L. If it's not happening for you, don't fret. You know, sometimes it just takes time. It doesn't mean anything good or bad, but it's helping to kind of open up the gland, the chakras in the brain. And then last but not least, our mudra. So our eyes are closed and focused at the third eye. Our mudra is as follows. When we chant sa, let me just get my, I want to share this. This is so interesting. All right. So let's do this together. Our thumb and index finger, we're going to chant sa. And that's about knowledge, the index finger. So we're tapping into our ability to have knowledge when we do this mudra. Ta, the middle finger and thumb. Na, the ring finger and thumb. Ma, the pinky finger. So let's say it together and do the fingers. Sa, ta, na, ma. And I just want to quickly give a reminder for all of us that the Saturn finger, our middle finger, is wisdom, intelligence. Our ring finger is about vitality and the energy of life. And then our pinky finger is our ability to communicate. Sa, ta, na, ma. All right. As you hear the music, she's going to chant out loud, and we'll chant out loud with her, making that L. Then she's going to whisper. That's the call to, when we chant out loud, it's the awareness of the things of the world. So that's also a meditative focus if that's of interest to you, not mandatory. When we whisper, we're experiencing the longing to belong, which we all need, is such a big human need, you know, the long to belong. When we silent, so when it goes silent, we're still going to chant to ourselves. We might have the temptation to just go off into space. And if you do that, just bring yourself back like, oh yeah, you know, back to the mantra, sa, ta, na, ma. The silent is meditating on infinity. So there might be that need to kind of go off into space, and then bring yourself back. All right? Yeah, any questions? If it gets, you know, take breaks as needed. And we'll go for it. This is a meditation. It's good for memory. They did studies on this for like dementia. And there's a lot of health benefits as well. Okay, so close your eyes. And here we go. I'll do it with you. And so our hands will actually, on the knees. But do the mudra. So the sound is going through the top of the head, out the third eye. Good, keep going. And let whatever comes up for you be a part of the meditation. So even if it's something uncomfortable, what you can do when it's something uncomfortable is really focus on that mantra. Satanama, 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 We're meditating on birth, life, death, rebirth. Whisper now. Beautiful. The longing to belong. Calling out for that nurturance. Beautiful, everyone. We'll check our spines to see if we're sitting up tall. If you're noticing your concentration is difficult, I want you to really put focus on making that L shape with the head, the visualization. Through the top of the head, you can just picture it as energy going through the crown chakra to the brain and then out the third eye. So make that as your focus if you're having difficulty with your concentration for whatever reason. Then make it a color. And we'll try our best not to hide from anything that's coming up for us. That means the meditation's working. The index finger is our wisdom. The middle finger is our discipline. The ring finger is our vitality, our health. And our pinky finger is our communication. And here we are in the silence. Keep with the fingers the same rhythm that you had, and continue to silently chant to yourself. This is meditating on infinity. What would that look like? But we'll continue saying the mantra as well to ourselves. If the L is kind of a little, not so much an L, just keep at it. Allow patience and just set the intention. Direct that energy out the third eye to build our intuition. An even stronger sense of visualization. Help us release our fears. Don't forget your mantra. Keep saying it to yourself as you do the fingers. Your mudra. Touching each thumb to each of the fingers sequentially. Hear the Satanama. You're doing great. It's difficult. So beneficial. We're almost there. Stay focused. Stay with it. Stay with yourself. This meditation is really powerful in helping us release our subconscious mind. If we're holding on to a lot of things that feel heavy, this is an awesome meditation to do. And it does the work without us even realizing it. Here we are back to the whisper. Check your posture, and if you want to straighten your spine, it's a good time to do it. Bring that heart center forward. We'll keep our spine straight so the energy can really travel through the body. Doing great. Don't give up. We're almost there. It's a very powerful meditation for our brains. And here we are out loud, meditating on the awareness of everything outside of us, or just in our world. Awareness of things of our world. Continue making the L through the top of the head, out the third eye. And take a deep breath in and hold the breath as long as you're able to. When you can't hold it any longer, you can exhale and just sit quietly, just in silence with yourself. And just let the energy, quiet, fill you. Just relax. Sitting tall. We're not going to lay down. Good. We're going to take a deep breath in and stretch our arms up and spread the fingers. Really stretch, open the fingers wide. Keep the arms up as you exhale. Inhale deeply. Stretch up. Exhale. And one last time, inhale. Exhale, and just release. All right, beautiful. We'll end now with the longtime sun, and then we'll talk about how things went for us. If you want to, you don't have to. So let's rub our hands together, and we'll sing it 3 times. The first round we'll sing to bless ourselves. The second round we'll sing to bless each other. And then the third round out to the world. And then we'll end with a long Sat Nam. So take a deep breath in to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All us around you. And the pure light within you, guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all us around you, and the pure light within you, guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all us around you, and the pure light within you, guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording, and then if anybody has anything they want to share, please feel free. And then if you have to go, please feel free. You can head out, which leads me to a question. Christine asked me last week if I wanted to go to 6 o'clock because